Hello and welcome to Rose Renewed. My name is Kosi Anyao. This program, brought to you by the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA, showcases the agency's unwavering commitment to ensuring that Nigeria's federal road networks remain maturable, safe, and sustainable for all road users. In today's episode, our spotlight turns to one of the agency's most dynamic and result-driven departments, the Direct Labor Unit, also known as the DLU. The DLU is a key operational backbone of FEMA, harnessing and deploying in-house skills and expertise of FEMA engineers, technicians, and maintenance crews to carry out essential repairs, rehabilitation, and routine maintenance works across Nigeria's federal highways. These are the men and women who bring FEMA's mandate to life, right on the field, every day. Under the leadership of the Managing Director CEO, Engineer Dr. Emeka Agbasi, FNSE, FEMA has continued to strengthen the direct labor approach as a cost-effective and responsive means of delivering timely interventions on the nation's road network. This approach allows the agency to mobilize quickly, address emergency situations, and implement routine maintenance without the long delays associated with external contracting processes, ensuring that road users experience fewer disruptions and safer journeys. This indeed is one aspect the agency intends to strengthen further, with the hope that her quest for improved funding yields expected results. As we approach the Yuletide season, when vehicular movement across Nigeria's major corridors typically increases, the Direct Labor Unit is once again taking the lead in preparations under the Operation Connect Your Destination OCYD program, another proactive initiative of the current FEMA management designed to ensure that Nigerians travel safely and comfortably during the festive season. Stay with us. Rose Renewed will be right back after this short break.
We've all felt it. The dangerous potholes that destroyed our cars and caused accidents, the bad roads, the washout, the cut-off bridges and embankments that prolong our journey time. But across Nigeria, something new is happening. Committed officials of the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency FEMA are on the ground. They are not just patching the potholes, they are monitoring, updating and reporting the conditions of our roads, undertaking maintenance operations and renewing hopes, connecting our communities one bit by bit. From bustling markets to long-haul journeys, better roads mean safer trips, faster trade, enhanced security, reduced vehicle maintenance costs, and more precious time with loved ones. This is the commitment of FEMA, investing in our infrastructure, investing in our future. Roads Renewed, FEMA, connecting Nigeria.
Welcome back to Roads Renewed. Before the break, we introduced the work of the Direct Labor Unit, the field arm of FEMA that ensures continuous maintenance and quick response to emerging challenges across the federal roads nationwide. To help us better understand how the DLU operates, its structure, processes, and its contributions to FEMA's mission, we sat down with Engineer Sani Abdul Kader, the head of Direct Labor Unit, Federal Roads Maintenance Agency. Let's take a look at what he had to say. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
Welcome to another enlightening and exciting episode of Roads Renewed. Our guest of the week today is Engineer Sani Abdul Kader. Engineer Abdul Kader heads the Direct Labor Department of FEMA. Engineer Abdul Kader, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be with you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
Can you quickly tell us, give us an overview of the Direct Labor Department and its core responsibilities within the FEMA?
Thank you very much. Direct Labor Department is one of the key departments of the agency when it comes to project execution. It coordinates all direct labor maintenance activities across the Federation. You know, we have 38 state field offices and 12 zonal offices. The state field offices normally carried out some of our maintenance activities by direct labor. Direct labor is a type of road maintenance work where we use the in-house, the agency's resources, the sundry equipment, the light equipment, and our own technical personnel. We sometimes outsource labor, especially on skill, from the neighboring community in the execution of our work. Part of what we do is to receive proposals from field offices. That is when they identify the need to carry out a maintenance work. They write a proposal to the managing director. That proposal will pass through the zonal coordinator, where he will do his own checking and then endorse the proposal. And the managing director sends the proposal to our department. And it is here that we do what is called vetting. In the process of doing the vetting, we check the proposal to confirm whether what the FRME submits is technically sound, and also check whether the materials, the prices he put for materials, labor, and other things are also reasonable. When we do that, we recommend to the managing director for approval of such proposal. When MD approves it, the account will do its own work to make sure the FRME, that is the person in charge of the field offices, has the resources to execute the work. And then they start this work, then it's the responsibility of my department to also monitor the projects. We do our monitoring through physical inspection. We also do our monitoring through what is called PDMS, which is Projects Data Management System. It's a tool that we use to track progress of our projects. Part of what we do on physical inspection is that we sometimes send our people to check at the beginning of the project or at the middle of the work, or once the work is completed, they can go and check. That's how we do in the direct labor department.
Okay, that's a very interesting, sir. So I believe you've given us a nice overview of how you collaborate with the FEMA department. Could you be a bit more specific with how you collaborate in terms of the maintenance of the roads with the units in the department?
Well, as you say, whatever we do here in FEMA, everybody is complementing each other. There are a lot of other departments that participate. Right from the beginning, like I said, FRME send proposal through the zonal office, come to the headquarters, and from the MD's office, we receive the proposal. We also work with procurement department. The procurement department will make their own input to make sure that the procurement processes comply with the standard rules and regulation. Then, after MD's approval, everything goes to the account department. That's finance and account department. They do their own work. They do a lot of things to see how the state field officer receives their funds. In fact, even the audit unit, as you know, there is no payment without auditing. It also goes to the audit unit before money reaches the field offices for their work. In addition to this, you know, the agency has what is called R&D, Research and Development. It's part of the responsibility of the direct labor department to collaborate with R&D. When we have a new material to test, for example, as a result of all our innovation, research, and what have you, can come up with an innovation. When we have that kind of innovation, we cannot ask our contractor to go and start testing something new, but we can collaborate with R&D. Then we ask our field offices to execute so that we test the material. At the same time, once there are new work methods, everything in engineering, there's a lot of innovation. When someone has a new idea on how to execute a certain work, we also collaborate with R&D and document everything and test the procedure to see whether it will give us what we want. That's how we do our work. Because even in our direct labor operation, we make sure we do a lot of quality control to ensure that we are getting value for money in our projects.
Thank you very much for that elaborate response.
You're welcome.
I'm going to ask you about the Operation Connect to Your Destination. We've seen it go through 2 cycles that have been relatively successful. And coming up to the U-tide season, the roads are usually beladen with heavy traffic. Do you see going through a 3rd cycle, and how does your department intend to help use that initiative to ease the traffic on our roads?
Well, as you all know, this Operation Connect is one of the most laudable initiatives of this Managing Director, Dr. Engineer Emeka Agbasi. It's his own initiative. When he came, he shared the vision with us that what FEMA needs to do is to make sure we give the road users a good travel experience during the Yuletide seasons. It's part of our work to work at every time of the year. But during the Yuletide, it's a period when there is high demand for the road's facilities. People travel from one place to another. And that's where the road users need the road most. So he came up with an idea that we should identify some important routes during our Operation Connect 1. Basically, we have fixed about 16,000 square meters of potholes when we started. And we made about 2,000 kilometers of roads more trouble. And in most cases, people were pouring accolades to FEMA because they are saying, yes, FEMA really did well. Unlike in the previous years, when people will be complaining before they reach their village, they spend 3 days on the road. Since we started this Operation Connect, honestly, I'm not aware of any complaint where people will say they couldn't reach their destination on time. Now, we are in the 3rd year, and the Managing Director has already given us go-ahead to commence the process. Already, we have been receiving proposals from our state field offices. Currently, we are working on them. From 1st week of November, we'll start submitting to the Managing Director for consideration and approval. And I believe before the end of November, we may start work, because we want to see that we finish our work before the 3rd week of December. That's what we are planning, so that the road users will enjoy the work most when we do that. So we are on it. I still believe this Operation Connect has come to stay as far as FEMA is concerned, because people are happy with it, and whatever we are doing is for the general public, for the road users. Then we have to continue by God's grace.
So preventive maintenance has been the key focus of the MD since he resumed office. How does your department help prevent small road defects?
Generally, it's one of the activities we have in the agency now by direct labor. Because preventive maintenance is trying to fix a failure before it degenerates. Every failure starts as small. These potholes we have been talking about, sometimes they start as small as an orange. By the time we fix it, it will cost small amount of money when it is small like an orange. If you don't tackle it at that stage, it will continue to enlarge until it becomes very big. And at the end of the day, we'll be spending a lot of money before we can fix it. So our field offices go to the road, inspect the road, and identify where we have minor failures that need to be fixed when they're at the early stage.
Thank you very much. So I'll ask you about the President Bola Tinubu's Renew Hope agenda, which includes job creation for young people, and that forms the major part of the FEMA's KPIs. How does the Direct Labour Department, support that mission?
Yes, the direct labor itself, as it is called direct labor, as I told you, is a job that we do by ourselves, not giving it to contractors. So our field offices, whenever they are going to execute their direct labor, they use the unskilled labor from the neighboring communities. They engage people around their work areas. And by our record so far, for about 3 consecutive years, we normally create about 10,000 jobs through our direct labor activities. And just like you said, most of our programs here in the agency are aligned to the President's Renewed Hope agenda and the road transportation sector, which road maintenance is part of it. And through our road maintenance activities, we create a lot of jobs. Like I told you, about 10,000 indirect jobs in a year. I think it's significant.
Okay, that is actually very significant.
Yes.
Okay, finally, before I let you go, what will be your final message to Nigerians, especially young people, regarding FEMA's work and our road usage in general?
This is a good question. The road is safe. We always want people to understand it's one of the greatest asset of Nigerians, because research has shown that the value of our road network is amounting to trillions of naira. So let people believe that asset belongs to them, not only to FEMA or to Federal Ministry of Works. Let people take ownership and assume those investments belong to them. When they think like that, it means they will do everything possible to protect it. They will do everything possible to discourage people from road abuses, because road abuses are what are causing a lot of problem to us. Some people will go and dump refuse into our waterways and call obstruction, and at the end of the day, when water couldn't find its way, it will cut our road. Some people will go and allow oil to spill on our road pavements, and it will cause damages to it. So when people believe those roads belong to them, I'm sure they will do a lot in trying to enlighten other people against abusing the facilities. That's my major message. Taking ownership and also helping the government in trying to prevent road abuses.
Thank you very much. That was...
I've answered it well.
Yes, you did. That was very interesting and a very nice session with a lot of new information, I'd say. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Thank you once again for joining us today with our guest of the week. See you again next time. In continued coverage of FEMA's impactful rehabilitation efforts across the country, today we head to Imo State in southeast Nigeria, where FEMA recently rehabilitated critical failed sections of the popular Owerri-Aba Road and the Amanze Mile 7.5 Umuna Road. The maintenance and rehabilitation works executed by the Direct Labour Unit have significantly eased travel for motorists, restored smooth connectivity between communities, and provided local employment opportunities, truly bringing FEMA's vision of safer, smoother journeys to life. Please watch this short documentary from the FEMA Imo State Field Office.
In Imo State, 2 critical federal roads, the Owerri-Aba Road and the Amanze Mile 7.5 Umuna Road, have been given a new lease of life thanks to the intervention of the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA. These roads are far more than physical roads. They are economic lifelines connecting communities, enabling commerce and sustaining livelihoods across the southeast. FEMA's recent maintenance and rehabilitation works have been designed to restore safety, ease of travel and driving comfort for countless users who depend on these corridors every day. Stretching from kilometer 17 to kilometer 36, the Owerri-Aba Road is one of the most vital federal link routes in Nigeria's southeast corridor. It connects Imo and Abia states, facilitating the transport of agricultural produce such as oil palm, cassava and yam, as well as industrial goods from Abia State's commercial nerve center, Aba, and its bustling markets to destinations across the country. This route also serves as a key artery for fuel distribution from the NNPC depot and provides access to the Sam Mbakwe International Cargo Airport in Owerri, linking businesses and travelers to opportunities both within and beyond Nigeria. Over time, however, sections of the road deteriorated, causing severe hardship for commuters, particularly during the raining season. Today, FEMA's intervention has transformed the road, improving comfort, reducing travel time, and enhancing trade efficiency. The result is not just smoother journeys, but renewed economic vitality and safer mobility between Owerri and Aba.
At Aba Road, there are sections who have scarification, sub-bays, stone bays, and then asphalt overlaying. We had to do pavement strengthening so that it lasts longer.
For residents and commuters alike, these projects represent more than road repairs. It is a foundation for progress.
Before, poto full everywhere. Even though many motor get accidents, but now everywhere now just smoothly.
The traffic was very much because of how the state of the roads. It was very, very bad. That's why we normally have traffic on this road. My thanks goes to FEMA because now the road is, we can pass through the road now. Don't normally have traffic like before. So I thank God for the intervention of the FEMA.
Basically, there are sections, particularly this section, because the failure was quite deep, so it was not like a full depth repair. We had scarification of the existing pavement. Then we have to fill with the sub-base, electricity sub-base material. We deploy the zonal, that's the agency's internal zonal lab, for the necessary and the relevant tests that should be carried out. And in some cases, we also engage the State Ministry of Works lab.
Similarly, FEMA has undertaken comprehensive maintenance works on the Amanze Mile 7.5 Umana Road, another crucial route that connects several rural communities and supports local commerce within Imo State. The scope of work included pothole cutting and reshaping, reinforced concrete drainage construction, stone-based laying, and asphaltic concrete overlay, ensuring effective drainage and long-term durability. The impact is already evident: improved connectivity, better access to markets and farms, and renewed social and economic interaction among neighboring communities.
This road is actually very, very important when we talk about the social and economic importance, because not just the community, it's a road that interconnects Abia State and onwards to Rivers State, and then be part of Imo State, and Okigwe majorly, where you have this granite materials that are coming out from Ebonyi State. It's largely an agricultural community where people have agricultural produce that through this road also they take to wherever they want to go and sell, like further down the likes of Aba Branch. That the water table really is high, and which causes a kind of instability on the structure of the pavement. And then there's a lot of trucks that carry aggregates and the rest coming from Okigwe through this route towards Umuahia, Abia, and the rest of the towns along this axis. So because of the heavy axle loading from those trucks, I think it's what led to the kind of failures we experienced here before the agency intervened.
Through these strategic maintenance interventions, FEMA continues to demonstrate the federal government's commitment to infrastructure renewal and regional development. With safer, smoother, and stronger roads, the people of Imo State are now better connected to greater opportunities and a brighter future.
That brings us to the end of today's episode of Roads Renewed. We highlighted the direct labor unit of FEMA, the team at the heart of the agency's field operations, delivering quick, efficient, and cost-effective road maintenance interventions across Nigeria. Through initiatives such as Operation Connect Your Destination, the DLU continues to uphold FEMA's dedication to improved road serviceability, road safety, preventive maintenance, and youth empowerment, ensuring that Nigerians can move, trade, and connect with ease. Remember, Roads Renewed is a bi-monthly program right here on the station. Join us again for more inspiring stories, project updates, and exclusive interviews from across the country. We'd love to hear from you. Connect with us through our official platforms: Facebook, Official FEMA Nigeria Headquarters; X at FedRoadsNGR. You can also email us info@fema.gov.ng or visit our website www.fema.gov.ng. Until next time, I'm Kosi Anyao, and on behalf of the entire Roads Renewed production team, thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.